Good evening, welcome to the Dugout. It is deadline day for the Indian Champions Trophy team to be finalized.
Deadline day actually gives me football vibes because that's what you say for transfer window.
This is like that only. So till today you can do as many transfers as you want. Post midnight, stop it.
Nothing.
You can do it after this also,
You
but
can,
you'll
you
need a clearance certificate, na?
We can do an FAQ. If you have any questions like how much can you do, what happens after that, if you take an injured player, what can be done, all of that we'll discuss. But before that, welcome back to Shashwat, who in the middle of such a busy cricket season found time to do a beach holiday.
Beach was it?
And then he comes and says, I'm so dedicated to cricket, I don't want to leave anything. The important series is happening. There's pressure on Virat and Rohit. Rohit has got his 32nd 100.
Yeah, and series is so important. England don't care if they lose 3-0.
No, but from India perspective, we don't care what England does. From India's perspective, India cannot afford to lose after what has happened. 32nd 100, all eyes on
Second fastest
the
ODI.
bowler Shami making his return.
Yeah. No, that too he made during the T20s only, na?
No.
So I
But
witnessed
you
that.
wanted to see him in ODIs. That was the real test.
Yeah. No, but I'll be very
T20s
honest.
is not playing.
The marriage I had gone for, it was some...
You went for a marriage?
Yeah. It was somebody really close. So dates were really kept in mind before the dates of the marriages were finalized. Because after this and before this,
In
there
our
was
profession, unless it's your marriage.
No, but again, because there was no other... After this, suddenly you'll see the Champions Trophy and then the IPL. Before this, we had the BGT. So dates were coordinated according to the cricketing calendar.
That was somebody really very close to you.
Yeah. That's why. No. That I won't do. Has anyone done it? You know of anyone? That's why I was asking. That he mentioned it. No, but I don't know anyone who would do that.
Get married
Yes, you
during a
do.
World Cup.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
I don't know them personally.
That's just holding grudges, yeah.
Why will I?
Let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, true.
Look forward to the
I
next.
didn't even mention it.
Look forward to the next carnival, which
Actually,
is
the one who's doing Chabi is Shivam.
Yeah. I forgot about it also.
Yeah. Purposely you said it.
I'll not do it during the... But earliest to get married though is... I'm the last in the lot.
Okay, what is happening in the world of cricket?
Lots of things. All eyes are on just one person since morning. Jasprit BUMRAH. Everyone's waiting. He's finally reached NCA. Because now he's fit now. In fact, before that, I remember there was this news of a couple of weeks back that BUMRAH has been advised complete bed rest. And then he sort of came out on Twitter and said that laughing who comes up with these news. But by the end of it, that's how it's been.
No.
He
I
wasn't
think-
bed rest.
No. That's
in
not true. What he came out for, I'll tell you what was the specific
tweet.
news. I'll tell you. No. It was something that he's got a serious condition or something like that.
Yeah, he's been advised proper bed rest and
Yeah,
all.
so-
He responded to that
So,
tweet.
Yeah. So what he had said is, I'll just tell you, because that, by the way, now that I'm checking it, the person whose news he
Yeah.
quoted, he deleted that tweet also. So you really can't see that now. But the issue was in that, if I remember correctly, that he was not advised bed rest. And that's what he had an issue with. It was offloading, as they call it in cricket, where you are told not to play cricket.
Or not even go to the gym. Nothing physical.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean bed rest. If
But
no,
what-
there is a difference.
Yeah,
Bed rest is what
You're
you had
bedridden.
for
Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah.
And if I take a 10-day holiday and if I have a, let's say, back condition or whatever, but I'm doing everything else possible, but I've been told not to do any physical exertion. But that doesn't mean bed rest. Bed rest is when you're in a serious condition and you are advised not to get up from the bed. You can't even go to office. You can't do anything else. But there's a difference between doing physical exertion or not asked to do anything very physical and bed rest. There's a big difference. Bed rest is a very serious condition. You're only advised bed rest when you are going through, high fever or some other major issue. But in a normal thing where let's say you've pulled a muscle,
you have spasms, back spasms,
then you
anything,
say
yeah.
do everything, go out, party, shadi, work, do
Concert,
everything.
concert.
But just don't go and lift heavy weights.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Or go for the Coldplay concert.
Yes,
and
you can do
everything,
anything, but
You
don't.
can move around, yeah, that's
And
fine.
in Bumrah's case, why he pointed that out? Because bed rest did give that impression. And secondly, that was an advice to a lot of fast bowlers, not just Jasprit Bumrah. So of course Jasprit Bumrah had a different condition, but as is the workload management, that even Siraj and all were told that this is the offloading period where you should not do any gym activity, any strenuous activity. Just chill, relax, go for dinners, concerts, whatever you want to do.
Unwind.
Unwind. That is what he was told. And then right after a certain point, then you're told, okay, now you get back into the room. So that was his issue that he had raised. No, but what else? We'll get to Jasprit Bumrah because he's going to be a major talking point during our discussion when we will discuss as to what can be the changes that the Indian team can make. Anything else?
Yeah, just a lot of talk about, because everything that India has done so far in the 2-match series was always going to create some sort of ripple, some sort of buzz, and it has. So the one thing that's not gone down well, there were a couple of these stories that had come yesterday. There's another couple that have come today as well. In terms of some experts not being particularly happy with the flexibility that you've seen from the Indian team for these 2 matches. Yesterday it was Doda Ganesh who pulled up the Indian team management for shifting KL Rahul from number 5 to number 6. Today it was Krishnamachari Srikanth who said very much the same, like, hey Gambhir, what are you even doing? Just the way that he would say it. Even Zahir Khan, even though he didn't name the instance per se, though Krishnamachari Srikanth did, he was talking about why KL at number 6. Zahir Khan said that, when you come up with this excessive flexibility approach.
The batting lineup.
Yeah.
He specifically pointed out because Gambhir a few days back in a post-match interaction with the broadcaster said that what even Akshar Patel said during a press conference, that only the top 2 is a fixed slot. With the openers, they are just the 2 batters who will. Yeah, that was
T20.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
T20 cricket, but more or less that approach even in ODI cricket
But
is
who
there.
has said that in ODI cricket?
Nobody has said it in ODI cricket,
So
but
what-
just
what-
the
what
approach is the same in
Zahir
that
was
sense.
saying that in
No,
white
in
ball
ODI
cricket,
they've been fixed. Just the fact that they're playing Akshar.
Yeah, that's again left-right.
Yeah, but they are fixed in that, is what I'm saying. In
Yeah.
T20, they're not fixed. On a given day, it's odd, even, it can change.
So Zach
but here,
says-
they've been fixed. You may not like their batting order, which is a different debate, but I don't think they are, based on situation, suddenly changing the batting order.
So Zach was of the opinion that in white ball cricket, not ODI per se, but he was talking about at large the flexibility that we've seen. So he said that this excessive flexible approach, if you go by this, then it instills a sense of insecurity in the bunch, and that is something you need to be careful about.
That I agree 100%. I think if you are going to keep making these changes in your 11 or your batting order, it will definitely make players insecure. What do you want to do before you go to the Champions Trophy? Everyone goes in with confidence of what they have to do, with runs behind their back. Give them the batting order. For example, what you did with Shreyas Iyer at that moment, where you were going to drop him and play Yashasvi Jaiswal. I don't know what you were thinking, but will that give a lot of confidence to Shreyas Iyer? That's
Absolutely
lucky that he got a chance to play because Virat got injured. Similarly, I think you're doing that with KL Rahul as well.
Even Shubman Gill, for that matter, I think he wasn't assured of opening the batting in that sense. If that was the basic plan of the team,
For first ODI.
yeah, for the first ODI. Because again, if that was the plan that they were going to open with Yashasvi and Rohit, and then you would have had Virat, Shubman in that order, then that would have been given a lot of mixed signals to a Shubman Gill also, who now moving ahead will definitely be your opener throughout the Champions Trophy. So moving into the tournament, that means that he did not have that clarity as far as his batting position was concerned, that if he's going to open or not in that sense. So I think that was a really shocking thing when that actually came out.
Overall, I think that this approach of anybody batting anywhere in T20 cricket works because that's the nature of the format. You need good 7 batters. Any situation, anyone steps up, does it. But if you're going to mix that into ODI cricket, then you are heading for trouble. ODI cricket needs stability as you need in test matches. In test matches, you were making blunders, selecting teams based on bowling abilities. Batters were selected with bowling abilities. You've paid the price for that already in test match series. You're trying to do that same T20 mentality in ODI cricket, and I think that is also dangerous on two counts. One, don't make people insecure. So if you have gone with Akshar there, then so be it. Then go fixed. I may not agree with it, but then just go with a fixed format. Unlike T20, don't change. And secondly, please do not pick teams based on batting ability. So anyone who can bat, let's bring him in, because bowling is just a secondary skill. To ho hi jayega. Get your best bowlers in ODI cricket. That also matters. That is something they should do. But on KL Rahul, we'll let the KL Rahul expert explain his batting position. Is okay 6 number 5?
No, I think again that's not right, because KL Rahul has excelled at number 5 mostly. Now suddenly, just because of that left-right combination, if that's how you're going to do with him, that's going to dent his confidence. And again, we know KL Rahul is that soft target in the team.
Why did you grin while...
No, I'm saying he's a soft target in this side. I think that's also goes down to the fact that
Team man.
It's also because he's to be blamed to an extent, I agree, but because he's the soft target and then you're doing this with him, then suddenly when those runs don't come, you have lots of people waiting out, and then suddenly you'll have a Rishabh Pant come in middle of the tournament, and then no turning back to KL Rahul.
Like you did in that T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
Dinesh Karthik was the guy you said will bat, and just 2 games or something you gave him.
You did the same thing with him. You utilize him just for that last 10-15 balls, and once suddenly he did not give that impact in that last 15-16 balls. Just in a couple of games, you ran out of patience and you got in a Rishabh Pant back in the side.
And that is the reason that you had a disastrous tournament. If you really trusted him for that, then you should have gone with it. Doesn't matter. You didn't do this in the 2024 World Cup. You pretty much stuck to your team. You didn't do this in the 2023 World Cup. You pretty much stuck to the team unless you had an injury.
No matter
and
what,
I think those are the
KL
really
Rahul,
secrets of success, that you don't meddle in the middle of the tournament. Don't panic. If you've gone with a plan, go with plan A till you are reaching disaster level.
you back the guy to to all extremes then. If this is what you've decided, no matter what the match situation now, looking at the World Cup only, there were different match situations. Australia to begin with was a very precarious situation, how you started in Chennai. Then England was a tricky match. Then your World Cup final was also tricky. The semi-final also wasn't that easy for you. But regardless, your batting order did not change. KL Rahul batted only and only at number 5. Look at the numbers that he racked up. 452 runs, average I think 75.
The only thing I don't agree here is that I don't think that Gautam Gambhir isn't giving that backing to the players. I think that backing is given to the players. It's just that constantly swapping their positions in ODI cricket.
My point is, how is it suddenly only Gautam Gambhir who's doing it? Isn't the captain...
Even Rohit Sharma, no, that's why I'm saying both of them are together definitely backing players.
Because you only took one name, and in general, when I've been reading in social media, everyone is saying, I don't know if that is the case. If that is the case, I'm still more worried, because a team should be run by the captain.
Both, I think 50-50 again.
No, it should be more the captain. I mean, I've always said that the coach is a supporting actor. You do a film, and there is Amitabh Bachchan and Vinod Khanna and supporting. There has to be a supporting actor.
Interesting we talk about it, because today I was listening to this podcast which talked about how the relationship between coach and captain of the Indian cricket team has been like. And every time you've had a coach that has tried being that alpha male or been more of a protagonist than the Indian captain, that disaster happened with Greg Chappell, because otherwise you've had coaches who played second fiddle. So if this is again that situation, then going by past precedent, maybe this isn't the right way to go forward with Indian cricket.
Definitely not.
But I doubt as well. One thing about Rohit
if it is the coach who's doing it, if let's assume what people are saying is true, and I would appreciate, rather than being Bichara captain, what can he do? But I would appreciate the captain should step in and say, no, this is my territory.
Also,
I have to take a call.
That's one, because of the way the nature of the sport is. It's not football where you need a manager to dictate everything. The captain's role is far more in cricket as compared to football that ways. However, what I feel is that Rohit Sharma, with the weightage that he has as an individual, the star that he is, the captain of the side as well, I doubt if he'll be one of those who will be easy to, sideline or
So
be
then-
that person who will take every command as it comes his way.
So then why is it that every time it's mentioned Gautam Gambhir is doing this?
I think because
I think it's
people
more-
have a perception problem with Gambhir. People don't like his fiery personality, his brash personality at times as a cricketer as well that we've seen. His willingness to take everything or have the bull by its horn. It's that fiery instinct of Gautam Gambhir. His skirmishes both as a player as somebody in the coaching staff as well with other players is also something that is well documented. So all of those instances put together, I think that is what gives him this kind of reportage or this kind of perception that there is right now.
No, I think specifically talking about white ball cricket, I think it's going to be 50-50, say, or maybe even more in favor of Rohit Sharma. But I think even Rohit Sharma is that sort of a personality. He realizes that getting on the middle ground is really important when it comes to the bonding between captain and coach. If both of them start getting really rigid, I think that's where those problems would start to come up. That we've sort of saw the shades of that in test cricket also. But Rohit Sharma, I'm pretty sure, realizes this fact that it's important that even the coach needs to be on the same page, because if Rohit Sharma starts doing the things his way, then I think it would get even more uglier, like we saw in test cricket as well. That's why I go back to the fact where Rohit Sharma also said that as of now things are fine.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But whoever
I
is
think
taking the
that'll
call.
stay with
Also,
me
it's
till
the
the
same
time.
Rohit Sharma who had then in the middle of a press conference said, no, let Ajit not answer. I will answer this because this happened while I was around and
No,
Ajit
no,
wasn't.
that was
So
also a long time ago.
back, but this is Rohit, the personality is what I'm trying to emphasize.
No,
on.
I kind of agree that he's trying to get everyone involved.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, it has to be his decision, is what I'm saying. Like, whatever said and done, I mean, if we have to take a decision, I can take feedback from everyone and take something good and bad, but somebody will have to put the neck on the line and take a decision, and I have to do that. Now, whether it works or doesn't work, you'll have to be the guy who will take the brickbats or the compliment. Somebody has to. But I agree with it that they would want to work together. And so if that is the case, and which should be the case, then ideally every time we discuss a good thing or bad thing, then I think we should discuss both of them equally rather than just one.
Single one out.
Yeah, for the sake of the team, I just want that they should be on the same page in terms of being consistent. And we often hear from them that no, consistency is key. We want to back players, we want to do it. But sometimes the actions don't really match up to that talk.
The
No, but I
actions
think
will
the actions
match
are
if
getting matched because
regardless-
players aren't. It's not like that the players are given a shorter rope.
how-
It's the
you-
position. It's the position.
If you were Shreyas Iyer, you would be very
no,
confident.
Shreyas. The problem with
So
Shreyas,
then, if you
but
are-
there's another way to
Shreyas,
look at it as.
There are lots of it. If you're Kuldeep Yadav, are you going to be very confident right now? You have kept a. I completely disagree. I don't think that the
But
players.
if I'm a
are in the-
Yashasvi Jaiswal, I'll see again. There were a lot of we also here sitting here. There was a divide in opinion when we talked about the fact that maybe a Yashasvi Jaiswal should be given an opportunity in ODI cricket because of the form that he's having in white ball and red ball
all
cricket.
said in the
No.
15,
Yeah, all of us.
remember.
I also had
So
Gill
we
only.
wanted him in the 15, but nobody said. I don't remember anyone having Yashasvi open ahead of Gill.
I think Gulati sir did have.
No, but doesn't. My point is this: it doesn't matter. Now you are counting who are the players that are feeling good. It's not that. The point is, the debate is, you are saying that players are feeling secure. I completely disagree with that. Even if there are 3 players who are not feeling secure, that's not great.
No,
That's not
all
great
I'm
for the
trying to say,
team.
the players who were given the longer rope and the backing by this management specifically, by Gautam Gambhir, since the time he's come, those players are being given a longer rope.
I'm not talking about players that are secure.
You're talking
Even
about
if there
the
are
whole team.
3, even if there are 3 who are insecure, that's not an ideal situation. If you have to take a team to win a tournament, every person in that team has to be fine. I don't think that Shreyas Iyer would have been in the best frame of mind knowing that he was not playing. I don't think you pointed out Shubman Gill being asked to do that. I don't think a Kuldeep Yadav is going to be in the most happiest position because he now knows his position is under the line. You've got another bowler who's not even in the squad now to see how he's going to do. And if you do pick him, then it's going to be Kuldeep who will be the sacrificable lamb, right? So, I mean, those are things that are not going to make everyone secure at the moment. I mean, Arshdeep, I think he starts and he's good, he should go, but I don't know what the team is thinking. He's not played 2 ODIs. Harshad has played them. Does he then come in with Shami or Bumrah, whoever plays? I don't know. So whatever talk you may have had with the team, and you can experiment, I'm okay with experimenting as long as the player is 100% sure. Maybe Arshdeep is that player that they've spoken to. No, you're there. You're definitely going to be playing. So don't worry. Then that's fine.
The one thing
but I don't know whether Kuldeep will be in that position. I don't know whether a Shreyas Iyer was in that position. I don't know whether a KL Rahul is in that position, because you yourself said you have now pushed him to 6, which is not his ideal position. Hasn't got runs in 2 games. If he doesn't get in 3, who knows who starts in the Bangladesh game? You might bring him. Does that make him more secure or more insecure?
And as far as his batting position was concerned, why I only mentioned Gautam Gambhir and not Rohit Sharma in that decision making, because I feel that this obsession of a left-right combination is more by the head coach Gautam Gambhir. Because
How do you know?
No, I'm only saying, I'm just assuming this. I'm not sure about this, because we did not see this obsession before Gautam Gambhir come in. Where they were in ODI cricket, in T20 cricket, yeah, definitely on occasions we have seen that, but that also didn't change. We saw Rishabh Pant constantly coming at number 3 throughout the World Cup, but that for various reasons. But that obsession.
That was Rohit Sharma's idea.
Yeah,
to have him at 3,
so,
because he needed a left-hander.
Yeah, but that obsession of changing the batting order and having flexibility has come in only with Gautam Gambhir. That's the reason why I'm saying that I feel that it's only Gautam Gambhir who's sort of taken this call, and I think Rohit Sharma is also okay with it. And even if he's not, I think he knows that because you need to be on the same page, he sort of is in agreement with that.
That would be a great thing.
Yeah,
you should be okay with
ideally,
it.
Yeah.
You should be okay with it. Okay, what's the latest on Jasprit Bumrah then?
He's finally reached the center of excellence.
No, that he reached, I think,
a couple of days back. Yeah.
ago.
No, he's there. There are 3 people working on him. Nitin Patel is supposed to give a report to Devajit Saikia and Ajit Agarkar on his fitness, that if he can play or not. But he has definitely started his rehab because his offloading period ended. 5 weeks offloading period ended. So now he's back to bowling. There are a lot of speculations on him as well, that you might take him, play him in the middle of the tournament, but still keep him in the squad, because you know how important he can get, especially in Dubai.
So 3 questions I have on that. All of us can look to answer it. First scenario, if he is not 100% fit and you have to take a chance or risk that he may be available for, let's say, the 3rd game, which is going to be 2nd of March, far away, lot of time, and you can afford to miss the first 2 games. That's the Bangladesh game as well as the Pakistan game. Let's say if there's a scenario, what do you do? Do you take him with the squad? If you were the decision maker, you were Rohit Sharma and you had to take a call, or you were chairman of selectors in Ajit Agarkar, you had to take a call. Will you take a Jasprit Bumrah knowing that you have a 50-50 chance that he makes it for the New Zealand game? The issue comes there is that once you take him, then you do not have a backup for those first few games. You'll have to play the bowlers that you have. And if in that 50% chance he's not fit for the New Zealand game, then what do you do? How do you replace him?
You can ideally take Harshit Rana and see how he is actually shaped up now. You know that you can bring him directly into the Champions Trophy. But how late are you going to take that decision in the tournament? Because if 2 games he is not played, 3rd game also he is not played, are you ready to take that decision? Because as soon as he's ruled out completely, then you cannot get him back in between the tournament. Because if he's in the side for the first 3 matches, he's injured, he's not playing, then you decide to take a call on him. You want a Harshit Rana to play in the semi-final if you qualify. So at that point you will have to make that call, because Bumrah then cannot return to the side. But also seeing that you haven't played an Arshdeep Singh, I don't know how he'll shape up. I don't know, is the team even looking at him as the first choice bowler?
What's the ideal scenario? What should India do?
Ideal scenario, I'd take Jasprit Bumrah and I'll want him.
No, if Jasprit Bumrah is fit, though he's going. I'm saying you are not 100% sure. You're sweating on it. Maybe 50% chance he makes it to that game. What do you do?
I take him. I also take Harshit Rana with travelling with the
travelling
team.
reserve.
Yeah, as a travelling reserve, which I think in any ways he'll go. I'll start off with Arshdeep and Shami, and if he's not available even for the Pakistan game, then I'll take that call.
So basically, first 2 games you play with Shami and Arshdeep, because you will play with 2 fast bowlers. Bumrah is there with the squad, and you hope that he's fit for the New Zealand game. Okay, let's say by the time New Zealand game comes, Bumrah is not fit. Can you take him out of the squad? Because you can only bring a player out because of injury, right? So how do you then get a replacement? Can you get a replacement?
Yeah,
for Bumrah?
for that you just need a certificate from the NCA, na? From whoever is there. I mean Nitin Patel. You'll need a certificate for that. That
You
too
will have
you'll
to
get.
show. No, you have to show an injury
ICC.
during tournament. No.
That too
So
you'll-
net practice
net
got
practice
injured.
he
We
got. Yeah, anything.
approached the technical committee. Jasprit Bumrah has failed to recover from an injury. So,
So
we're
basically,
drafting Harshit Rana.
you're saying in the worst case scenario is not fit for the New Zealand game, and that's why you decide now he's not going to be available for the tournament. Now you will need a fast bowler, right? So you will then say you have to show there's an injury. You know, there's a committee that will
Yeah,
approve.
the technical committee of
So
the
that
ICC.
injury cannot be carried that injury.
Pre-existing.
It has to be. It can't be a pre-existing.
new.
Right? So you will say net practice.
Yeah, he was doing some practice. He pulled up, and Jasprit Bumrah unfortunately cannot take part. So we request Harshit Rana, who's a travelling reserve, to be added to the squad. We'll seek your approval. Thanks and regards.
But do you see that happening? I feel it's highly unlikely. I think the reason why you've gone in with Harshit Rana playing ahead of an Arshdeep Singh, I think those are really clear signs that you might, even before the tournament starts, rule out a Jasprit Bumrah and get in a Harshit Rana, and I won't be surprised also if you start the tournament with Harshit Rana and Shami and not Arshdeep.
Okay, that's another question. I'll get to that. So you now to my second question. That
so
was exactly that.
by that thing, then you're expecting an email anytime now.
Yeah, no,
9:30. That's the time.
What
na?
9:30?
9:30 is when the official emails come.
No, so just so that
9:30 to 10:40.
so just so that everyone knows, the deadline is midnight, Dubai time, which is 1:30 a.m. our time.
Yeah.
Next morning when the Champions League match will be on. है ना? So that time. So obviously, but that does not mean that you have to wait till that time. So just so
but
that
we like doing things 11th hour.
I just so that everyone knows, I just want to clarify things. The deadline is 12 o'clock midnight Dubai time, which is 1 a.m. 1:30 a.m. India time. But that is not to say that you have to wait till that moment. If the BCCI, as Shashwat is suggesting, have already made up their mind and the report is there from the NCA to the chairman of selectors and the secretary of the board, that let's say what he is saying is true, that Bumrah is not fit, is not going to make the tournament, then BCCI can send an email to ICC now only that listen, you are allowed unlimited changes till tonight. So this is the one change that we made. There could be two changes. I'll get to the second change, but this is the one change that we made. Harshit Rana in for Jasprit Bumrah. And then it's up to the ICC whenever they want to announce the final squad. They could do it tomorrow also. It doesn't have to, or they could do it immediately. So we do not know exactly what time it will be announced or what time you get to know. But what we can tell you is that tonight is the deadline. That's just in terms of what can happen. ICC can even let you know now. If they've received an email from India that this is our final squad, they can announce it.
Can this also be delayed like we saw last time when the team was to be announced?
No. The squad, your submission has to come before midnight, but the announcement from ICC can be delayed.
No, but what he's saying is
I'm
this.
saying the last time also when the
there was
first
a certain
there was
time
a
by
week
which you had to submit your provisional squad.
and that was delayed 1 week
Which
for
was
India and
pushed.
Pakistan. Others announced it.
This is
I think too official.
Too official.
Yeah, way too official.
Maybe you can
That too, I think there was a loophole as well that ideally the date to announce your provisional squad should be 1 month prior, and the date I ideally announced was 1 month minus 1 more week. So they had that luxury to actually get it extended.
I don't think
Here
you
I
have-
don't think. Yeah,
you
even
won't
I
have
don't
that
think.
luxury. So that is answered. So you'll have to let them know today. Now to your point, you think, I mean, is this your assumption or you know?
Assumption.
Acha,
That I started it.
Okay,
That, yeah.
this is your reading basically, that the fact that they played Harshit Rana ahead of an Arshdeep was to see if Harshit can be good enough to play the Champions Trophy. So they pretty much know that Bumrah won't make it, right?
And because also we have to keep in mind the person who has to submit the report will have to submit the report somewhere else also
Where?
to the franchise as well.
So-
Because even they also would be looking for backups now then.
So franchise is ahead of Indian cricket.
No. I'm not saying it's ahead of Indian cricket, but definitely they'll also have you never know, maybe the report first is sent to the franchise and then sent to the
Can be sent anywhere, but
BCCI.
BCCI has to take
so you're
up.
saying
Yeah.
franchise will be there in CC?
Not even CC, maybe a different mail is
Did
sent.
you not hear the erstwhile
Yeah.
BCCI secretary say that this franchise cannot be above BCCI. BCCI
So
takes the call.
He said that everyone will play domestic cricket.
They
but
played?
No, Duleep Trophy, nobody played. Then that statement was even before that. So
Point.
that's why.
That's how the timeline was.
What is your...
It's in stark contrast to that of Sashwat.
and this is also a estimate,
This is also an estimate.
not from sources in the know.
Sources
thing.
in the know of things indicating, as we said yesterday as well, that Jasprit will be on the same flight as everyone else. But even given evidence of this ODI series, I am not getting carried away with Harshit Rana playing 2 out of the 3 matches, maybe 3 out of 3. He may well as well play the third one as well. But that is not to say that he is starting ahead of Jasprit Bumrah, whose reports we don't know about much.
No, not ahead of Jasprit
Jasprit
Bumrah, he
Bumrah.
didn't say.
So
I said he might get ruled out due to the injury, and then he starts ahead of
So there is no
Harshit.
Jasprit Bumrah on the flight, is what you essentially
But that's
meant.
not that Harshit is super serious.
No.
Bumrah is not fit, he said.
So I am not going by that, and him playing all 3 matches to me doesn't become a big indicator that he then starts for me in the Champions Trophy. I still believe Jasprit Bumrah will be there, and regardless of this, yes, there's no game time that's been given, but to Arshdeep Singh, but we've seen it in the World Cup as well. Ashwin, who wasn't playing any matches at all, ODI cricket, just gets paratrooped, plays the Chennai match, doesn't play a match after that. So the same thing could happen with Arshdeep as well. So I won't be surprised.
But the reason given at that point for Ashwin was that players of that stature who have played cricket, who have played so much cricket, don't need time to adjust within format. I don't think that would be the same case would be with an Arshdeep Singh also,
two things
because
for you. One, he's a T20 starter and all whatever. Now also he played in the previous series as well. The other thing with Arshdeep also, I think you are confident in his ability. That's the message I at least read from whatever. Yes, it's not been reported that way yet, but I have a feeling that Arshdeep has been given some sort of assurance, and this team does back Arshdeep to start. He also is, by the way, your left arm bowling option then, which this team always wants or desires to have.
I mean, that's a different debate. I want to stick to Bumrah, but yeah, just a thought on that. I just can't see Harshit starting ahead of an Arshdeep. I think the skills that Arshdeep has, both with the new ball and the depth he's shown you in T20 cricket, how can you not use him? I think this is just an opportunity to see Harshit Rana. But if in the scenario that Jasprit Bumrah is not there, yeah, you have to go with Arshdeep. That said, who knows, maybe Arshdeep and Harshit Rana start if you're not 100% sure of Shami's fitness.
That's also possible.
So that's a different debate.
But the only thing here is that
but
in
also,
ideal
if that
situations,
happens, the way that you're saying it, then that means that Jasprit Bumrah gets ruled out. Because Harshit Rana is not part of the provisional squad.
Yeah. I'm saying in that scenario.
Yeah.
but ideally, even I feel that Arshdeep Singh should be a definite starter in ODI cricket. But I don't firstly understand the logic for now not starting with him here during the ODI series. And secondly, ideally it should have been Arshdeep Singh even ahead of Harshit Rana in Test cricket as well. But we saw over there also that Harshit Rana started playing Test cricket even before Arshdeep Singh. So I wouldn't be surprised if Harshit Rana starts ahead of an Arshdeep Singh. But I personally also would want Arshdeep to get an opportunity.
Okay, now so that's a different debate. We'll have enough time to do it. I just want to stick with Jasprit Bumrah, whether he makes it or not. I have a feeling that he should make the squad, and the reason I say that is that when the squad was announced, there was not too much clarity with Jasprit Bumrah's fitness. But I don't think that to begin with, because by that time you had gotten to know the nature of his injury. If it was a very serious injury, I don't think they would have even announced him in the provisional squad. I think there was enough indication at that time that the kind of injury he has, he can recover, and there's a realistic chance that he can be available for Champions Trophy. So that's the first premise. See, if a very serious injury, even provisional squad, you wouldn't have had him. The fact that you even picked him for the third ODI, because you were just at that time assuming whether he'll make it to the third ODI or not, and that your calculation can go wrong. But I think if I was to look at the ballpark, a macro figure, you are looking at this kind of a timeline that he'll be ready. Now that timeline can be pushed by a week, 10 days, up, down, whatever, you don't know. So if that is indeed the case and the timeline has gotten pushed, and I know, we'll get to know exactly by today, I still feel that if I'm the Indian team and if that timeline has gotten pushed to even a week, 10 days, that's fine. I will want to take him because that's how important he is. I anyway have to play 2 fast bowlers, those will play. I anyway can take what do you call, traveling reserves that they are called, like you took Khalil and Rinku for the World Cup. They'll be there. So in case you reach a SOS situation, emergency situation, last moment, you get in a Harshit to play who travels with you and he's got some
So
game
you're
time
taking
as
a
well.
half fit Jasprit in the squad?
Yeah, I mean, not
If
half fit.
Why
when
we
I-
believe
yeah.
that it is more than just half fit, but I'm just saying hypothetically, if it's half fit Bumrah, you're taking him
Yeah,
for the
not
first three.
not half fit. I don't think that's the correct word.
Yeah.
But if there is a chance that he can be available
Yeah.
in the latter half of the tournament, I'm definitely taking him.
Same.
A case in point is you saw with Travis Head in the 2023
Yeah,
World Cup. They got Travis
Elbow and
Head,
all that he
yeah,
got,
because the importance that Head had for that Australian team. You could, but there also they knew that at some point he will be available, and then he proved to be very crucial. So if you do get that indication that there is a possibility he can be, if you get a clear-cut answer that he's not, then no-brainer. You decide
but
that
the only
now.
problem there is that would you still take a half fit Jasprit Bumrah, keeping in mind that you'll have no backup fast bowler in that
I
sense?
just said half fit is the wrong word.
No, I'm saying that if you
If
by
I'm-
half fit,
if
I
I'm
mean that
told-
if you know that he's going to get ready for from the third game, that's
Yeah.
the New Zealand game.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll be able to take that risk, because if you go in the first game, you play Shami and Arshdeep, and if one of them gets injured over there, you have no option for the second ODI,
So why I'll make
second game. Then
I'll make a change. If one of them gets injured and is
No,
not
how?
available.
What is their injury status? Even that would really. Would you rule
No,
out
so
either one of them?
That is too much of conjecture. If they are injured and it's a short tournament, which means if he's not available for the second, there's a good chance he's not going to be
What if
available.
on the morning of the first game at the Champions Trophy, one of them has a nickel? What would you do at that last minute? That's also a problem.
You can make a change last
No.
minute as well.
I'm saying on the ground, if somebody is warming up
You can make a change.
over there.
Yes, it happens immediately. It can happen. If there's an injury, you need a. That's why I'm saying they will carry a Harshit Rana with them. It's not that he's going to be now. You have to send him a flight ticket like Washington Sundar had to come for Asia Cup. You don't have to do that. He's going to be there. He will be in your net sessions regularly.
Yeah,
Bowlers can be
but he
part of-
won't be on the ground on the match day, right?
Yes, he will be. They go to the ground. They
No,
don't
they'll
sit
go
in
on
the
the gr-
dressing
in the-
room. But you.
Not in the dressing room, in the stands.
That's
Normally,
what I said.
yeah,
They
yeah.
don't sit in the dressing
Yeah,
room,
yeah,
but they're on the ground. So now again, what you are saying is that too much of conjecture. It happens in the morning of the game, half hour. But they're all
I'm saying that
provisions.
that's a too big risk to take.
No, but the,
If a Bumrah is already
you have
not fit for the first three
to
games.
weigh in the pros and the cons. The pros of having a Bumrah
Yeah,
available
upside
is
is
too
too
much.
big.
So for me to get into the nitty gritties of when it will happen on the eve of the game, a bowler gets injured, that too a fast bowler is available. I'll do that. Yeah. If I'm told clear cut, no chance, and there's only a 10% chance he might make it, then I may say no. But I have a feeling that the reason that you waited, that now reports suggest that he will also start bowling a bit, or probably has already started bowling, not at full tilt but a little bit. I think you won't do all of this if you were not realistically looking at him coming for the Champions Trophy. Anyway, whatever we say is conjecture. We'll find out. If you,
Or not, because if there's no email, then he's there.
by the way, they don't even have to send an email. No, if there is no change into the squad, then
No,
No, but they
notification.
can still do that anyways.
no.
getting closer
ICC
to the-
can. What they can do is maybe tomorrow send. Here's the final list of all squads.
Squads.
If
And it
there are
may
no
have a
changes.
change, it
Yeah,
may
yeah,
not
yeah.
have
No,
a
I'm
change.
saying, but even if they don't send in a mail today and they're not too sure about Bumrah, they can even do it getting closer to the Champions Trophy, saying that he suffered an injury after the date.
yeah.
Because he said during
That's also
tournament also
possible.
you can do it. He's given a solution also how you can do it.
That's also a possibility.
I drafted the entire letter.
Yeah. No. That we are not getting into
No,
that
with fever you
detail
can't
of what.
rule them out of the whole
Arey
tournament.
bhai, we
na?
do not want to discuss the nature of the injury.
But
no?
is
You
that
guys
possible?
are discussing, somebody is saying fever, whatever it is. Is that important? Whether it's a side strain, whether it is fever, whether it is jaundice, whether it is
Rash on the skin.
or
As
one very famous thing that happened to Shoaib Akhtar, whether it's
yeah. That is
who cares what
in
it is?
today's day and age as the TMI.
Any other person?
Would
who's
you want to
injured?
make any change now? You have a chance. There is, of course, Varun Chakravarti, who was drafted into the team, and Rohit Sharma has said that we are not thinking about his selection, but you can't rule him out as well. He's done well in T20 cricket. So, if let's say Jasprit Bumrah we've dealt with, anything else you'd want to do?
Yeah,
to the
I'd
fifth?
make one change. I'd get in Varun Chakravarti as a surety in the team.
For
For I would keep him in place of a Jadeja or an Aksar. But seeing how things have panned out in the first two ODIs, I think Sundar could be the one, or even Kuldeep for that matter. Either
No, I'm
four of
asking
them.
you, what would you do?
What would I do? I would get him in place of Jadeja. I would personally do that.
Man with what? 6
No.
wickets.
I would.
Economy
need-
of
If not
roughly
Jadeja,
about
then
I
Aksar.
just as a Bumrah's scan has happened of the back, I would need a scan of this gentleman's
No.
another body part.
I'm saying in place of. I'm saying then in place of
Because
Aksar.
I mean,
I'm saying in place
Yeah.
of Aksar or Jadeja,
your
either one.
highest
see the
wicket
first two
taker.
matches.
He was at the wedding. He didn't know what happened.
No.
The highest wicket taker of the
That
series.
I know, but I'm saying
He wants him to go
Most
out,
economical as well.
be replaced by a bowler who's shown you nothing in ODI cricket so far.
I'm saying in
but
place of
because
Aksar,
All of one
that second
match.
level-
All of one match.
But- and in one match also was not a patch on what Jadeja did, or sometimes you can bring somebody not on one match, but because historically their career has been outstanding, GOAT has
But
come, so then also you do it. In which in history is not even played ODI
One match
cricket.
old.
And let me just add to the confusion. Just because you're a fanboy,
no.
you can't. See, listen. What I'm saying is, all of us are fans of different players at given point, right? We all are. But if I am tasked with a responsibility, like you are here on Sports Today, as chairman of selectors, to be picking a team, are you going to pick teams being a fanboy, or you're going to use some cricketing acumen to pick teams?
No, I'm saying either
So you will
one.
drop Jadeja.
Aksar.
You'll drop Akshar Patel.
I'll
who
drop-
saved you like in
He's
2 games with his
scoring
batting.
30s, 40s, yeah, easy.
but
For
Someone has to-
for who has come just now? Muthaiya Muralidharan has come back
No,
from
no.
retirement and is available for
I'm saying-
India, and so you are saying I will.
No,
Shashwat, you're looking at the wrong spot, I feel.
No. What I'm trying to say is that
Both
either one of
those
them.
players you named are all-rounders.
No, but again, but why do I need to stack my team with so many all-rounders? I stick by that. Washington Sundar, the problem with him is that
Washi.
off-spin option. When I have 2 left-arm options, I'd still keep one off-spinning option then. If
Okay,
that's how
so
the team
you're-
composition
Okay, now
is.
you are the chairman of selectors. You are bringing Varun Chakravarti
Yeah.
in on for Jadeja.
Or Aksar.
One name, no?
Aksar.
Acha, Akshar Patel. Okay, yeah.
Unpopular opinion, but I would want, because this is roughly the team that I had in mind as well when we were making ours, I remember a couple of weeks back. I would still want Sanju Samson to be there for Rishabh Pant.
Oh, but for what? Rishabh's not even played. How does he go out?
Yeah, but because again in my squad, I just don't see.
You're being like that. It's not about GTU. Gire to bhi tang upar. We may have picked squads. I may have gotten certain
No,
things wrong. You may.
I-
Now you've got a team. You have to be. You're chairman of selector. You're not somebody. That's why I tried to tell him.
No,
you are.
but
If you are
I
tasked,
see-
you are Ajit Agarkar.
So in my assessment as well.
That is separate. No,
Yeah.
what teams we came with separately is fine. A lot of us get our team selections wrong. But
Yeah,
just to
that-
get that team selection
Even
right
here,
now.
because I'm looking at if I'm looking at just pure batsmanship as well, I don't. Yes, again, which is why I said unpopular opinion. Rishabh Pant may be giving those vibes to everyone else. I don't get that vibe from Rishabh Pant. That even if he's asked
But
to
my
bat
point
at
is, Harshit, I'm not saying that. See, that's a different debate. No, you have announced a provisional squad. Understand where we are at the moment. You are chairman of selectors. A provisional squad has been announced,
yeah.
and you have to now make any
So,
changes.
I'm saying-
so you are suddenly, for a guy who's not even played games, you may like him, may not like him, but you shouldn't have picked him at that time. I'm saying you're sitting today. You have to submit a thing. How in the hell can you just say Pant goes out and
If
Sanju
that's what I'm saying.
No, that was your dream team previously.
if I have to-
Today you are sitting where the provisional squad is. This is your provisional squad. Please show it to everyone. It's been announced.
Yeah.
Now you are a chairman of selector. You have to take a final call.
I would still not mind taking that call.
Yeah,
because
it's like I may say I want Siraj. I'm just saying, for example, I may have picked a Siraj or whatever. But at the moment, I can't say bring me a Siraj. Like, for what? How do I bring him? I may
because,
like.
see, I had no reason to bring him in the first place. I may not have to justify exactly why he's going out as well. Maybe I got outvoted back then, and this time I'm pulling rank as chief of selectors. That Sanju Samson plays, guys.
Okay, but
But he's not even been called back.
yeah.
Varun Chakravarti has been called back in the team
Okay.
at least.
Fair enough, okay. I am chairman of selectors. I am not making any change to the 15 that has been picked. Basically because, please can you minimize that, Shivam? I'll ask you when we have questions. Thank you. So if I had to make any change, if of course Jasprit Bumrah is not fit, then I will make that change. In that case, probably I would have been tempted to have gone with a Siraj because I may have needed experience. But I think now that the selectors have got Harshit, he's played 2 games, I don't think they'll do that. So Harshit will come in. That'll be the most logical thing. But I have a feeling that maybe Bumrah makes it, so no change there. The other option, you got a Varun Chakravarti. He's played a game, but I don't think he's been sensational. And that's exactly what my point is. I never thought that he'll be as potent in ODI cricket as he is in T20 cricket. You saw that in that ODI. I would like to see. And, you know, if you believe me or not, there are a lot of talk about Kuldeep, like Shashwat mentioned that maybe even you could look at Kuldeep. But I don't understand how you can now push a Kuldeep out. And the authority on spin, and our fellow YouTuber in Ravichandran Ashwin said it yesterday, who's a big admirer of Varun Chakravarti. And he said, I can't even believe people are comparing Kuldeep to Varun Chakravarti in ODI cricket. It's a no-brainer. Kuldeep plays ahead of Varun Chakravarti any given day of the week. Because he's done that repeatedly. He's shown us that. You're going for a big tournament. You know, our likes, dislikes are something else. Like, you know, I may think Yashasvi Jaiswal is a very talented player, and he certainly is. But I don't want the team to be messing up the opening combination, which is of Rohit and Gill. I may think that maybe Yashasvi will have a bigger career than Gill going forward, possibly. But at the moment, you can't. I'm not going to change anything for a big tournament. So, you know, people, Varun Chakravarti has done very well in T20 cricket. He's come as a breath of fresh air. But I will then be making the same mistakes that I have done in previous tournaments. Not seen pedigree, or people who've been doing well for me last moment get swayed by public opinion or a different format performance and bring in. So for me, no change. This is the team that I've got. I'll go with it. I might make changes to the batting order in the 11 that we make. I make changes to the 11 here and there. I think that a lot of people will talk about Sundar going out and Varun Chakravarti coming in for that. But I think that the debate there, the competition is not going to be there, because I think Rohit has made it very clear. In fact, I asked him that question in the press conference. That, you know, why are you going with 4 spinner? And he said that we will play 2 spinning all-rounders. And that's the only way I feel confident in my batting. So that means till batting, they're definitely going to have till 8. We may like it or not. There is a valid point. Maybe if I was captain, I might, if I had, you know, 2 regular spinners, let's say in a Varun or a Kuldeep, I may have played both, because I may have liked wicket taking options and only had batting till 7. But I'm only talking about now what my captain wants. If I'm the chairman of selectors, I have to go with what my captain wants. My captain wants batting till 8. So I have to provide him with a squad with batting till 8. In which case, I have to give him those 3 spin bowling all-rounder. And I also know that Rohit likes off spinners on a given day against left-handers. Bangladesh has a few. You may be tempted to play an off spinner. And so he then comes into the scheme of things. So for everyone, there is going to be a backup. So for because Akshar and Jadeja are 2 spinning all-rounders, in case of an injury, I need a backup. So then I look at Sundar filling in. In case there is an injury to Kuldeep and I still want to play 3 spinners, I will still have a spinner at least to come in Sundar on a worst case scenario. But I'm not compromising with my 8 batting. That's what my captain is.
You're basically going more towards the batting aspect rather than... No, not you, the captain.
Captain has said he wants batting. And he's made it very clear. Now, if I'm the chairman of selectors, I am tasked by making the team.
So if Kuldeep is injured, you're going to bat till 9.
If in a given day, that's not harming your 8. No, it's only adding to your 8. But it is harming your bowling. I agree.
Exactly.
But then if that was your idea, that's what I'm saying. If that was your idea, then you would not be making a compromise of playing both Jadeja and Akshar. You could have gone with an out-and-out wicket-taking bowler as well, or maybe a fast bowler.
That's why I still feel
that talk is gone. No, Shashwat. No, that is before when the team was selected.
Now, but
even when I made my team before the Champions Trophy, there was a different scenario.
Yeah, but I'm saying even now you can still you're not compromising on your 8 batters. You can still go in with this combination. But if on a given day a Kuldeep is not fit or if he's not available, then maybe you can have a Varun Chakravarti in that place. Then on that sense, just on that given day, you're compromising on the batter rather than compromising on your bowling completely.
What happens? I'm just saying your first priority is batting till 8. What happens if a one between Jadeja and Akshar is not fit? And now there are 2 players I'm talking about. So the chances of an injury is higher, no? What do you do then? He's asked for this. He said the only way we get the right balance is if I bat till 8. Whether it's right or wrong is a different debate. You may agree with it, I may disagree with it. It could be a now I have to do a role of a responsible selector, and I have to pick a team based on what they want. So now I don't have too many options. So I don't think the Indian team will also take that risk of bringing in a Varun Chakravarti suddenly. He could go in as a travelling reserve in that case.
I think he will.
Yeah, there's a possibility. You can take as many people as you want, and on a given day, you can even, let's say, Kuldeep plays a few games, because I think the change will only happen there. He plays a few games. He also sometimes is an easy target where he gets dropped. Who knows? Crucial game, you say, okay, injury with a net session, wherever. Anyway, he had a mysterious injury, just some time back. You can say it's a recurrence of that mysterious. Then you make a change. Who knows? Maybe he goes as a travelling reserve. That's a possibility. But I doubt that they'll make a change to the 50. Yes, Shivam. Oh, okay. You've shifted the goalpost. That's your liking. But this again, talk goes back to before provisional squad was announced. Anyway, I'll just take Shivam, our producer. His thing was he would have gotten Nitish Reddy instead of Sundar. But as I said, again, repeating, because we are forgetting what happened in that team selection and what Rohit Sharma said. He needed 3 spinners and 2 spinning all-rounders in his team. Maybe, who knows, Nitish Reddy also goes as a travelling reserve. India has taken 4 or 5 people also.
You can take anyone.
They've done it. 4 or 5 people travel sometime. One full, who can restrict? Na? BCCI doesn't have an issue with getting hotel rooms or DA or
50 people went for the BGT. For BGT.
Yeah.
Here also you can take 50
just
people
that
for 5 matches.
They can't be in the dressing room on the match day.
And they can't travel in the
same hotel.
No, I think they stay in the same hotel.
Yeah, they stay in the same hotel.
Managers can't. Not now.
No, it's
Their
not a question of
managers can't. And they can't even travel in the same bus.
They can't travel in the team
Families
bus.
are going for the Champions Trophy. Because as per rules, that's not allowed.
Different dugout.
Okay.
And that was for test tours.
Also,
okay.
Yeah,
So
45 days or something it said.
No, 45 days is 2 weeks is allowed if it's less than 45 days. Then 1 week is still allowed.
This is not 45 days.
But this is less, so but still
So
1
here
week
you
is
can
allowed.
go.
1 week is allowed here.
Yeah.
1 week families can go.
Have a good
Okay,
time
we'll
in Dubai.
see. Can we get some questions?
But the people who are net bowlers or who are travelling reserves, their families can travel for the whole tour. They can even make vlogs there.
Okay.
As we saw earlier.
Okay, Sandpaper has a question. He said the kind of form Kohli is in, even injured BUMRAH can score more than him. Hope this works again. But I've said it many times before. Just as we were patient with Rohit Sharma in ODI, he came good. I think Virat Kohli will also come good. Despite his detractors like Sandpaper and few others that I know who would be hoping that he doesn't get runs, I feel that he will get runs in
Even
ODI.
I feel.
You feel that?
Yeah.
That's what happens once you lose your hair.
That meme
Once
of
bitten,
Rohit
twice
Sharma,
shy. He didn't stop. Even after that, he was at it. He didn't learn his lesson with the. No, he's not like that. He was still having charge also quickly. Jinansh Mehta from the UK says rumors going around that KLR might get VK might replace Virat Kohli at number 4 if VK fails in third ODI and Rishabh Pant makes way. No chance. Jinansh, I can confirm with great authority that there is no truth in what you have said. I do not see the position of Virat Kohli under threat in the ODI team, let alone now for some time in the future as well. I don't think he's under scrutiny in ODI cricket. Certainly not. Test cricket, that's another matter.
Cricket chips.
I like the name, Cricket Chips.
Good combination. Says that 2018 to 2025, India looks the team to beat in ODI. 45 is hungry.
Number 45, that's
Number
Rohit
45,
Sharma.
Rohit Sharma is hungry.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to say. And you're right. From 18 to 25, India has been a standout ODI team.
But not even one World Cup or ICC.
No, you're right. But his point is correct that you were never behind the curve. Like you were in T20, you knew that the team is short on, you're not there. Whether it was the 2021 T20 World Cup or the 2022 T20 World Cup, you knew you were shot. 24, it looked like, even suppose hypothetically, if you had lost that final, I would still say that you were the two best team in that tournament, in the 2024 T20 World Cup. Same in the 2023 ODI World Cup. You lost to Australia in the final, I agree. I think it was fear of failure, but you also beat Australia in a league game before that. I don't think at any stage you were looking inferior to any team. You were looking like the best team. And ditto for 2019 World Cup. You were clearly the best team of that tournament. Overcast conditions one day completely changed that. But they have been...
No, but there I think your problems were very visible. During the 2019. Yeah, the batting order. You knew the day top three failed. Either two of the top three failed, you're going to collapse.
But the thing is, they did not fail. Nah? They were the most standout team in that tournament. Please go and see
they were,
the documentary that was done by Australian team. When you listen to the opposition, when they're talking about the Indian team, of how much they feared only India. Every team feared. So sometimes we look at our own team and we take out frailties, maybe because it's our job. But you have to also look at it from a different perspective. That every other team in the world was admiring India of how they were playing ODI cricket, and everyone said that they have forming the template of how it is to be played. I mean, things change from there on. I agree in ODI cricket, but India were ahead of the curve. No doubt about that.
Rakesh Bhushan says that pitches in Dubai are low and slow. Barring Jadeja, he doesn't think that Sundar Akshar can run through the side. Why don't we take specialist spinner, half batsman, half bowler? Might ruin one big day in the championship.
But this is a misconception, Rakesh. There is a lot of good bounce and carry in Dubai at the moment. I don't know if you were seeing ILT20. Fast bowlers have been doing well. This is the perception we have about Dubai. Sometime when the pitches get tired, little later, when the summers really comes in, then it's a different thing. And I know that dew will also play an important role, but let's see how the pitches behave. It's a very short tournament. Only India are playing there. Had it been a full tournament in Dubai where all teams are playing, those pitches keep getting used and then it becomes pretty much like that. But I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's a... See, you look at how teams have picked. Of course, they are playing in Pakistan, but hardly any stress on spinners.
Agreed.
For most teams. Okay, Priyanshu says, Nikhil sir, the top wicket takers in Dubai and ILT&A are mostly pacers. There you go. Priyanshu is right. He says, are we going to spin heavy, especially if we had to bowl second in due? Also, I feel 270-80 in Dubai will be a good score. It is usually a good score. Good point, Priyanshu, and that's exactly what I'm saying. I know that I found that a bit strange, which is why I asked that question in the press conference to Rohit Sharma about the 4 spinners. So, and I know that did that in West Indies and it really worked for them in the T20 format. I think what they're also relying on is the opposition that they will be facing, and they may be a bit susceptible to spin bowling. So I think that could be the reason. And also to cover your batting, the only other all-rounder you can look at is Nitish Reddy in terms of fast bowling all-rounder. You can't get the kind of batting backup you get in terms of all-rounders that you get from a Jadeja and an Akshar. It's difficult to create it in fast bowling, and for the sake of the balance, you've gone with them. And while Nitish Reddy, I think, is a very good batter, I don't think the team relies a lot on his bowling. So they had to find a balance, and I think they've gone with more for balance and secondly to the kind of bowlers that they are. So they picked the best 11 rather than the balanced, looking at the conditions 11. Okay, Sachin Kashyap says Rishabh should be in the playing 11, not in the bench. KL should be in the bench. If batting at number 6, then there will be
but
no
even
place
number
of
6 is too low for a Rishabh Pant as well. Where do you adjust him?
Anshu Mishra says that he's missing some of our colleagues in the Sports Tak sister channel. Anshu, thank you for your comment. I'll pass on your message, and that's all that I can do. I do not have any more powers than that.
Right now, taking that name is a lot of controversy.
Rahul Dravid is saying that Rahul Dravid, wow.
Again,
how about picking
second consecutive day?
How about picking Harshit in place of Yashashvi to have cover considering injury cloud over pacers and carry BUMRAH? 2 backup batters are luxury for 5 matches. Actually, you make a very good point.
Yeah, because KL Rahul can also open as a backup batter.
Yeah, but the reason they have not done is because they really had that thought that they'll go with a left hand, right hand opening pair.
Yes.
Which I don't agree with. I don't agree with,
It
but
would have been such a big blunder if Shreyas Iyer would not have been playing
yeah.
the
Agreed.
Champions Trophy.
So then I don't know what is that. No, no update on that, Shivam. Please, GGK saying Rohit Hitman Sharma new peak unlocked. He will win Champions Trophy and 2027 World Cup for us. Unlike offside Hitman Sharma. Okay, is repeated that. Oh, okay, GGK. I know you are a TN. Let me just say that, but I agree with Rohit's form. I hope see Rohit in this form, he'll definitely make you the top contender for Champions Trophy, and who knows, 2027 World Cup. You ask my personal opinion, I think Rohit's good enough to lead the team.
To 27.
Yeah,
Same.
in white ball, 100%.
Just in ODI, yeah, because that's all left.
Yeah.
And he'll be playing only ODIs now till 27.
IPL,
Yeah.
Or
IPL.
Test cricket?
no Test cricket. I think
He can
Right,
play Test cricket for Mumbai.
that's then first
Class.
Yeah.
Test is only.
Yeah, sir. First class.
Okay.
Red ball cricket he can.
Subrajit Chatterjee is saying about Rana in place of Sundar. I know what you're saying, Subrajit, but we try to explain that the Indian team is looking for multiple spinners.
See, I think the team already counts Hardik Pandya as a full-time fast bowler now. So
He does.
that's a very big reason why you're going with 2+1.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Sarat Chandra is saying, Nikhil sir, there were murmurs of Rohit's hand-eye coordination letting him down after first ODI. Second ODI, we saw him smash 150-kilometer ball easily. Is he really back to form, or those murmurs wrong? Sarat Chandra, if you are a regular viewer of Sports Today, I don't think any of us really said that about Rohit Sharma, the batter. By the way, let me just extend that. I don't think there is a hand-eye coordination issue with Rohit even in Test match cricket. It is just the kind of batting that he's been doing, and it is not really easy to be that stroke maker in Test match cricket and get your runs. You really need to have that game, which he had shown he was ready to do that. But in our previous analysis, I had explained that every time he started focusing on Test cricket, his white ball game had taken a dip. Now he's pushed his white ball game, which is based on his hand-eye coordination, which is still very good, and he can hit through the line. But now when you've now gone to that gear, it'll be tough for you to score runs in red ball, and you can't score runs in red ball cricket at that pace if you're not in good nick. You have to be in good nick, and only then. So, like a lot of people say, I just try and explain on that. A lot of people said that, listen, Rohit Sharma is so good as an aggressive batter. Why doesn't he have the same approach in Test cricket? And he'll get runs, but it's not that easy, my friend. It is, we think it is easy in white ball cricket. The ball doesn't do that much. If you have a great hand-eye coordination, which I think Rohit does, and he's got the gift of the timing, he can just play through the line as he did. You look at, I explained that some of those shots where he hit those sixes,
Especially on the onside.
he didn't care where is like one over long off. That six, his leg was here, but the ball was there. He didn't move his leg to the pitch of the ball. He just stood there, swung his bat. He's got such a
Good timing.
great hand-eye coordination and timing that goes for six. But in red ball cricket, if you do like that, you cannot get runs.
You caught inside the circle.
Correct. That is the big issue. So you'll have to completely change your game. It's not that Rohit can't do it. He's done it in the past. But then that has compromised his white ball game. And I think he made a conscious effort to get back to his peak white ball game for the 2023 World Cup, followed by 2024 World Cup. It has taken a toll on his red ball game. And that's why I think for him to get runs in red ball, he will have to change gears, change tracks. But I don't know whether that's possible. And then he can't play both formats in those gears. There is a dilemma there. And I think for Indian cricket, personal opinion, for Indian cricket, I like him in this gear. Let him continue to play white ball cricket. I think he can captain India for the 2027 World Cup. He's one of the best captains you have. So let him focus on that. Test cricket, let him give it a rest. Yeah. Go Yashashvi. And give him Ashirwad, Yashashvi Bhav. You should give him it. Allow him to just unleash beast.
Definitely.
You says tomorrow play both KL Rahul and Rishabh Pant. Give Akshar rest. Pant should bat at number 6. Rohit will score big tomorrow if India bat in the first.
You know, I think you can do a few more experiments. You won the series, you want somebody to get into form. So you want KL to get into form, get him to bat a bit higher up. You want to try Rishabh, you get him in as well. Yeah, you could do that. Ashdeep could come in for a game. You
Arshdeep
need him a
should
game.
come in.
But if
ideally.
Arshdeep doesn't even play tomorrow, then I think these are clear signs.
Yeah, then I'd be worried. Then, if you were just seeing what Harshit can do, I think 2 games were good enough. Then Arshdeep needs to come back ahead of the Bangladesh game because I see him starting there. Okay, final comment from Siddharth. He says, London franchise of ECB is the 100. Yesterday acquisition details were of London. Acha,
Oh,
okay,
that
okay,
comment.
okay. Thank you. We'll do a video on that. Okay, Priyanshu wants to know, do you watch India Got Latin? Huh?
Yeah, I too watch it.
Oh,
You don't watch it?
chance.
You Harshit sir?
I've seen clips of it. I
Clips? You haven't watched the whole?
Acha,
seen-
Shivam is saying he not only watches it, he's a member.
Yeah, I just bought the membership recently. Just a couple of days back.
What can I
Actually,
say?
you know what?
And look what's happened.
No, the episode that's going viral, I bought the membership for that only. To watch that episode because that was just a members only episode. It wasn't on the channel. So I bought the membership for that. And by the time I watched
And now it's
it,
been removed.
I watched it yesterday only and today morning, yesterday, or I don't know, since today
See,
morning. I'm not saying
I'm
if
not
I-
surprised with the kind of content that he consumes. This
No, but
is not.
Saying much.
I
No,
mean, I know what.
even
he-
Harshit sir likes India's Got Latent.
No, no, I'm
He's
saying
not just
the,
telling right
the
now.
other
No,
kind
I've
of
seen
content
I
that he
haven't-
consumed, this still is decent compared to what other things.
No,
are.
that I stopped.
No, this was a new low, but yes, you can't deny the fact that it's the time that the concerned, not the concerned comedian, the other comedian just took to social media. Look at the number of downloads that he garnered. Yeah, it was the number 1 app, his app on both Android and App Store.
Who?
Concerned host of the show, but
is that
again, it's working well for a reason. Maybe the youth just resonates with it, and parts of it are funny. It wouldn't have been such a great success otherwise.
It has been the trending show since the time it's been launched. You know,
Yeah,
the
something maybe
tickets,
is
if
right
you want to
about
go and watch it live, tickets are
Ooh.
being black. If you want to watch this
Acha.
show
See, I'll
live,
just say one thing,
They're
and
going-
I firmly believe in that. Not now. If something is popular, doesn't mean it's good. That is a philosophy I've lived by, not from now, for a very long time. There are so many. I'll give you an example of movies that have done very well, but I thought they were junk. Like, yeah, it was a plot on cinema, but they've done very well. Does that make everything right? So it's okay. People can. I mean, nobody should judge anyone with what they want to watch each. But my thing is, the yardstick for measuring success and quality of content shouldn't be how popular it is. That can't be it. Okay. Sarat Chandra is asking, Nikhil sir, City or Madrid, and all panelists to. Shashwat, what's your favorite football team?
Manchester United.
He doesn't watch football.
Yeah, I don't
so
watch
he's
football.
Just a casual. Anyone who doesn't watch football, what's your favorite team? Manchester United.
No,
It's
I
the-
take that when I play FIFA. That's why. But I
Acha.
play FIFA very regularly.
Okay. Harshit picked tonight. He will obviously pick Madrid because he hates City because he's a United fan.
Yeah.
I'll answer it for him.
Yeah.
I should also pick. I'll go with City, not because of
But
I
you'll say
hate
Pep.
Madrid. Yeah, for Pep. I love him. I have a picture with him. So with Pep
do?
Guardiola. Yeah. So yeah, for Pep, I'll support City.
Take him back. No, take him back.
Jasprit
That's what I've
Singh.
been asking every Barcelona fan. Just take him back.
I'm ready. If I had my say, I would. But I'm unfortunately a very small fry. So, final comment. Jasprit Singh says, Nikhil bro, can you send messages to Rohit Sharma to practice toss?
He said
You
this
said it yesterday in Dubai. That is good. No, if I meet him in Dubai, I'll tell him personally.
Yeah.
Okay, Jasprit. I'll pass on your message. I'll take your name as well. Okay. Now, you guys take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Anything else you want to say?
Yeah, just in case you think there's an outlandish mail coming from the BCCI, which we don't expect. So if there's that thing that happens and you want to be the first ones to know, you know what you need to do. You
Or
need to
maybe the
hit that-
mail has been sent And the BCCI asked the ICC not to tell anyone. We'll come to know when people get off the bus. Because Varun Chakravarti, we got to know like that only.
Yeah. But in case
No,
that
here you
those
get to
things
know,
happen,
Flight is a long time.
then
Yeah, okay, so somebody will
Ah.
leak it anyways.
Okay, guys. Take
Sir.
care.
on that we shall take your leave. Good night, Nandri, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair.
Eat your vegetables and don't trouble your mothers.
That's right.
You must have been missing this, na?
Definitely, I was.